Okay, I'm going to talk about finger picking, and this is your right hand, and you're going to learn some thumb and finger independence from it. Right hand, left hand independence. It's a great workout for you, and you don't have to do it, but finger picking just adds a lot to your playing, and it's a lot of fun once you learn how to do it. It can be relatively simple to start, and it can get incredibly complex. And there are people out there who do amazing things I can't even imagine. But to start, the first thing I want to clear up is how you hold your hand uh, when you're going to finger pick. And there's two schools of thought. One people say, well, your pinky should be floating in air, and there's other group that says no, it should be anchored down on the pick guard. Tommy Emmanuel, whom I think is one of the best finger pickers who ever lived, is still alive, thank goodness. Uh, he anchors his, and so if it's good enough for him, it's good enough for me, and that's the way I do it. So you want to anchor your baby finger down, so you kind of know where your hand is. All right, and then your thumb is going to do alternating picking. So if I'm playing a C chord here, okay, I'm going to alternate between the fifth string and the sixth string with my thumb, and it's going to sound like this. And that's all there is to it. That's the alternating picking with your thumb. And you're going to want to include your fingers here at some point, and that's what we're going to do next. We're going to talk about playing your fingers along with that. So if you're playing the C chord, and I'm teaching you the C chord because I want to show you a song I learned how to play when I was first learning. Then it's in C. So once you get that bass going, okay, you want to play the rest of the chord. So one way to do it is called boom chick, and in between the bass notes, you pluck. You hear that? You pluck the first three strings, okay, and you pluck the first three strings with your index finger, your middle finger, and your ring finger, like this. So you're just alternating. That's all you're doing, and that's a good thing to start with. It's called actually the boom chick, and it's a good way to start learning how to get the alternate picking, alternate strings, playing your thumb, playing your fingers, and playing them both at the same time, and having some independence between the two, because you're not playing them at the same time. You're not going. You're going. And at full speed, if you're doing a song, it might sound like this. So that's, a lot of songs do that, and it's a great way to back somebody up. So that's very, very simple finger picking to begin with. And then there's a picking pattern that I learned when I first learned how to play the guitar that I'm going to show you. If you want to try to learn it, it's a little more complicated, but it is going to help you develop, again, that thumb and finger independence a little better. And it's a fun one, and it has a lot of application. So it goes. I'll slow it down. So what you're doing here is to start with, you have your C chord, and you're pinching the fifth string, the third string, the second string, and the first string all together. And you're doing the third string with your index finger, second string with your middle finger, and the first string with your ring finger. So it sounds like this. And then you bring your thumb down to the fourth, and your index finger to the third, your thumb back to the 5th, your ring finger to the 1st, and your thumb back to the 4th string. So I'll play it really, really slowly because I know it's a lot. Trust me. So it's pinch, 4, 3, 5, 1, 4. So you got a lot of stuff going on there, and at full speed it sounds like this. And the reason I learned it first because I wanted to play "Don't Think Twice It's Alright" by Bob Dylan, and I liked the way that Peter, Paul, and Mary did it, and that's how they finger picked it, and it sounds a little bit like this. And on. So it takes a lot of work to get to the point where you can play it like that, and what it will do, it's just going to give you a lot of good practice. It's going to develop finger strength, timing, a whole bunch of things. And if you want to learn it, it's a good one to learn. But you don't have to, and you can just stay with a very simple, and that's fine. You don't have to do that. But I think learning some finger picking is a really good idea, and I hope that you get a chance